Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to HKW Insight, giving you your weekly recaps and information. We had an amazing Wednesday night Prestige and a Friday night Rampage, although it was more Saturday afternoon. Starting off Wednesday, Rock Leone, the newly crowned Internet Champion, defended his title against Cameron Logan Lion Hunter. Cameron, still in desperate need of a haircut. I really want to see him run into Ray Hole so he can get a shear. In the match, Cameron did introduce Rock's face to the turnbuckle, and just listen to how it's on beat with the music. I love that. Rock was able to get Cam into a submission, Cameron not giving up, fighting his way out, and ultimately taking the win with a submission of his own. Fashionably late as always, just missing Cameron Logan Lion Hunter, Ray Hole did make his way down to the ring to face off against the newly crowned Chaos Champion, Christian Wright, now known as Miracle Whip. As is custom with Christian nowadays, made his way down to the ring and gave the stairs a pet like it's his pet dog. Christian did pick up the win here, defending the title against Ray Hole with a one-way DDT. Coming out of the bathroom, the EFED Elite made their way down to the ring, had a little powwow before a tag team match between Brian and Chris against Stone Cold and Dwayne Johnson with a beard. This match did turn south for Dwayne Johnson when Stone Cold attacked him from behind and left the ring, leaving him to face off against Chris Chaos and Brian Mead 1-on-2. And unfortunately, with a people's elbow, Brian was able to pick up the win here for him and his teammate, successfully capturing the tag titles for both of them. Following the tag match, Xander Shaw made his down to the ring to face off against a regular-sized Hornswoggle. After a pretty even match, Xander did pick up the win with a neckbreaker and then followed it up with a X marks the spot, taking the 1-2-3 over regular-sized Hornswoggle. Fresh from punching Big Country in the Wee Wee last week, Noah Youngblood faced off against this guy. Sorry, kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit. Unfortunately, the match was interrupted.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Brian interrupted the match, hit Daniel Roberts with a broken wings, giving Noah the opportunity to the pin. Unfortunately, Roberts has no quit in him and kicks out. Noah Youngblood persisted though, picked Daniel Roberts up, dropped him down and drove his knees into Daniel's chest to pick up the win. Following Noah Youngblood and Daniel Roberts, the Brewington brothers made their way down to the ring to, yet again, face off against these idiots. In another extraordinary display of the lack of upper body strength by Brian Mead, his friends helped him put a Brewington brother down into the mat.
Look at the top of his head.
And a rather uneventful tag in allowed Evan Jones to pick up the win. That did do it for Wednesday Night Prestige. Starting off Saturday afternoon Rampage, Donald Cash came down to the ring to declare his plans to determine the number one contender. Big Country, not really feeling it, made his way down, picked up a mic, and declared himself the number one contender. And Donald Cash agreed. I'm surprised. Our first match of Saturday afternoon Rampage, Michael Scars Minor did face off against Jack Nicholson. Heath Ledger is known as the Dark Clown of the HKW universe. Unfortunately for him, Jared Leto did become the victim of a package pile driver, thus allowing Michael Scars Minor to pick up the win over Joaquin Phoenix. Following Michael's win, we have a Femme Fatale tournament match with Victoria Vanity going up against my next ex-wife, Catherine Storm. I just want to point out that I was impressed with the acrobatics of Catherine Storm. Partway through their match, there was a brutal kick given to Catherine Storm, made it look like Victoria Vanity was going to pick up the win. Catherine had a different idea, pulled a quick one, followed it up with a neck breaker, allowing Catherine to pin Victoria Vanity for the win. Back to regular broadcasting, Franchise teamed up with Rock Leone Saturday afternoon. These two men were going up against the Heralds of Valhalla, who have shown themselves to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to tag team matches. We saw another display of incredible teamwork between the Heralds of Valhalla, ultimately picking up the win with a pin to Rock Leone. If it isn't the biggest dumbass himself, Big Country, going up against Lil Country. Lil Country here, flanked by 6 Mile, the vice president of the Brotherhood. Big Country did spice things up with a tombstone pile driver to Lil Country, ultimately going for the cover and counting out 1, 2, 3 to take the match. Now, Crazy Bitch here was attacked from behind by April Mead, who is obviously still a little ticked off about losing the title, ending her reign as the women's champion. And unfortunately, we didn't really get to see much of a match here. The main event was Ken Skull, flanked by his Brotherhood members, going up against Rob Roman, who, in a matter of 2 days, sprouted a fro. During this match, we did get our highlight of the week with Rob Roman powering out one against Ken Skull.
Skull sent out and down to the floor. Roman, with fury in his eyes, kicked to the midsection. Has Skull up. Oh! And a powerbomb cracks Skull.
Unfortunately, that was not enough. Ken Skull did get the claw locked on to the jaw of Rob Roman. Rob was able to fight his way out of the first one, but unfortunately, the second one did end up giving Ken Skull the win, with Rob tapping out and continuing Ken Skull's reign as the world title holder. As Ken was celebrating his victory over Rob Roman, we had these dumbasses come out and show their respect to the champion of Friday Night Rampage. That did wrap it up for Rampage. let's get a preview for next week's matches. Starting off Wednesday Night Prestige, we're going to have an Internet Championship match with Rock Leone versus Noah Youngblood. You're going to see Ricky Armstrong against his previous partner, Aaron O'Connor. Evan Jones versus Xander Shaw. The Alpha Angel and El Diablo in a tag match between Christian Wright and Daniel Roberts. And a little goodie bag of Chris Chaos, Rob Roman, Cameron Logan Lionhunter, the Kaijus, and a couple surprises. Following Wednesday night, Rampage is going to showcase 6 Mile and Big Country in the main event, another Femme Fatale tournament match between Scarlett Jones and Ambrosia, a Chaos Championship match between Christian Wright and Jason. Brian Mead will be going up against Tommy Storm. We'll have Michael Miner and Tristan colliding in a social media championship match. April Mead versus Libby Shea. Noah Youngblood and the Heralds versus Swolepocalypse and Kevin Cummings. That's going to do it for this week's episode of HKW Insight. Thank you very much. Have a good night.